As usual, we're going to start with the smaller stables. Cruising in Style is turned out, so Andrew Harris technically doesn't have anything for us, although he does have Cruising in Style turned out close to his place. John Bootenshane has Spirit of Dio. She looked some kind of good the other day in her video. Very, very happy with the way John is managing her. Olympic Hopeful looked good in the video that Angie sent up also. She's getting ready. What else do we have? Heavenly Skies qualified the other day for Blair, but really didn't knock our socks off. She just kind of went through the motions. I think she's got a lot more work in front of her. Now, Irv Miller has Yes. Yes had a poor race last night. He didn't look comfortable at all. They're going to have him checked by the vet again. This won't be checked and then vet work done. This will be checked for a clean bill of health, and then he'll be going out to the field. If there are any issues or injuries that are on the horizon or present in his body, we will catalog them and make note of them. But nevertheless, I suspect he'll be getting turned out very, very soon. I was kind of torn. I wrote a message last night and said I felt greedy after the race that we were still racing him, but this was the plan. And the plan has worked well for White Tiger, who just got beat at the wire last night and looked tremendous. The plan has worked fine for West 52nd, although he did look a little tired last night, and he'll probably be turned out now. At the end of the day, I think racing the horses till March, or even a little later if you can, and then giving them 8 full weeks off. By the time you get them back, the older horse category has already somewhat started to define itself, and you can move around them. Racing our 4-year-olds in against 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old older horses, it's tough. That transition from 3 to 4 is a killer, and I'd rather not do it. I think it worked out well for Cruising in Style last year. Right up until the time we gave him a break, he had a pretty good run, and I think it's wise. Once you get that 4-year-old racing, once you manage them properly in that 4-year-old playing field, then as a 5-year-old, I think you start looking at some really good horses, hopefully. So managing all those horses are important. So yes, clearly a race of discomfort, which left me a little uneasy going to bed. But at the same time, if you had have asked me, I'll give you $1 million if you can tell me which horse will end his 3-year-old into his 4-year-old season on the highest note and look the best and come back the best, I would say after looking at everything, it would have been Yes. This is a horse that never really had any injuries in his life, so to suspect that he might have one now is shocking and troubling. But at the same time, there's no confirmation of anything, and it may just be that the horse is tired and needs to go out. And that discomfort last night could have been a high AST. It could have been a number of things, but we'll get to the bottom of it. I think that will be Yes. February by the 15th, he'll have 8 weeks off. Bring him back April, May, June to get him ready. He's ready first part of July, which is about 3 weeks earlier than I'd like, but nevertheless, he's a little bit different than the other horses in the fact that he's already raced in the Open and done well in Yonkers and set a world record on a half-mile track. So he's got a little bit of a head start on everybody else. Carmen Osceola is also pine. I believe he told me he's going to be racing Thursday or Friday of this coming week. He's been a little flat his last couple, but I think they're looking to cut him loose this week, and I suspect they will. And then, of course, we talked about Doug Brown having really blue chip and Arctic Force. He loves both the horses. He can't stop talking about both of them. Really loves Arctic Force and really likes really blue chip. Aki Sponstead has Knockdown Dragout. We're going through a number of staking, sets of staking brackets, if you will, for Knockdown Dragout. We'll have a final list sent out to our clients this coming week. And then, obviously, Brave World. I didn't get a chance to catch up to Richard. Now, Richard was talking about mid-April having this horse ready. Seems like an awful lot of time to get an aged horse ready. I'll speak to him on a one-on-one basis this week. I suspect he'll be ready for the end of March. I can't imagine he wouldn't be. So that is all the small stables. I'll be back in just a minute. We got Mario, Harry, Kevin, and Jason's back.